Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see about ad hoc technique which comes under design for testability in VLSI testing. In this lecture, we will discuss how simple design modifications can significantly improve the testability of digital circuits. Let us begin with the introduction. So one of the simplest way to improve the testability of circuit is by providing additional test point and control points. Through these additional test point control points, we can improve the testability of the circuits. Ad hoc DFT is an informal design for testability approach. In this approach, test features are added based on the designer experience rather than following fixed or structured methodology. The main objective of ad hoc DFT is to improve controllability and observability of internal circuit nodes. Let us discuss adding test point in circuits. Through this concept, we add the test points are used to observe the response at an internal node of a circuit. In the figure shown, the part A figure shown represents a circuit with an undetectable stuck-at fault circuit. In part B, the fault becomes detectable when the input combination x1, x2, x3 equals 0, 1, 0 is applied. When we are adding extra test point here, through this test point, we can easily detect the false presence in this node. In the part A represent undetectable fault at stuck at 0 at this point. If we added extra test point here, control point or test point here, through this test point, we can easily observe the faults. This is the concept of adding test points. Next, let us see the adding control points. Control points are used to control the value of an internal node to either 0 or logic 1. This improves the controllability of the circuit. By forcing internal signals to required values, faults that were previously difficult to activate can now be easily tested. Let us understand the using the XNOR gate example. In port A, the XNOR gate is not testable because its internal conditions are difficult to control. In port B, after adding a control point, this point is named as control point, the XNOR gate becomes easily testable. During the normal operation, the control point is set logic 1. During the normal operation, the control point value equal to 1. To test the stuck-at fault at the output of the XOR gate here, to test the stuck-at fault at the output, stuck-at fault 1. Stuck-at fault 1 at the output side of XNOR gate through this control point. When we set the logic value 0 here, in the input combination that produce logic 1 at the output is applied. Thus, the fault can be detected efficiently. Now, let us discuss the use of multiplexer. Multiplexers are commonly used to enhance the testability. They allow the circuit to switch between, the circuit switch between normal operation mode and test mode. Through this concept, we can switch the concept from normal operation, else this is the normal operation. If test point equal to 1, it becomes a normal operation. If test point equal to 0, it becomes a test mode operation. Through this concept, through this use of MUX, we can improve the testability. Next, we move to the use of tri-state drivers. A test mode signals can be used to place the tri-state driver in a high impedance state. In this mode, this is the tri-state driver logic. In this, through this logic, we can control this circuit. In this mode, the input of n, this OR gate be set to logic 0 or logic 1 from this external point. From this external points. When the driver is disabled, the external point act as a test point. The external point act as a test point. This flexibility improves fault detection. Through this concept, we can improve the testability concept. So automatically in this for XOR gate, we can set the value through this tri-state concept, either 0 or 1, to set either 0 or 1. Through this, this mode signal value, this act as a test point. Through this test point, we can control this point. We can observe the points. Now we move to the reset initialization. Reset initialization ensures that all flip-flops and registers start from a known initial state. This is a very important for testing a sequential circuit, as it makes the circuit behavior predictable during test application. So when we are going to test the sequential circuit, during that time we need to initialize all the flip-flops as reset the 0. Through this control pointer is external initialization, else we can follow power up reset concept. This is a one kind of logic behind using to enhance the testability concept. Next, move to consider breaking up of counter chain. Long counter chains are difficult to test because faults may not propagate easily. By breaking the counter chain into smaller parts, by breaking the counter point as a into smaller parts through this jumper concept. That is, this point act as a, here we are introduced a tri-state driver logic. In this tri-state driver logic, input is come from this counter value clock, then that is connected to tri-state driver. That tri-state driver output is connected to next stage counter value. In here we add one control point. Through this control point we can through this point we can set partition a circuit as smaller part. When we convert it to smaller part, we can easily testing a circuit in good way. Let us move to the next part, that is discuss about avoiding asynchronous feedback. That is, asynchronous feedback loops make a testing complex and unpredictable. This is not possible to predict this kind of circuit. To improve testability, feedback loop can be broken using an XOR gates. Through this XOR gate, which allows better control during testing. Next is a clock control logic. During testing, the onboard clock can be replaced by an external clock. Here we are following two kind of logic. This is a as usual multiplexer logic. In this multiplexer, we follow one select line. Through this select line only, we control the input value. From this in here, we apply both inputs are connected. That is external clock and on circuit clock. Through this control point, we can control over the clock signal and helps in testing sequential circuits more effectively. Let us compare ad hoc DFT versus structured DFT. The ad hoc DFT is informal, based on designer experience, simple to implement. But structured DFT is systematic, rule-based, uses techniques like scan chains, suitable for large and complex VLSI design. Ad hoc DFT is mainly used for small to medium circuit, while structured DFT is preferred for large scale system. Thank you.